Hi, folks. Welcome to What's Gay in PA, where we share news stories and events that impact the LGBTQ plus community across Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia to Erie and all points in between. Today's show is brought to you by Powered by Rainbows, starring Matt Haslam of Matt Haslam Productions, and by Aura Jewelry by Mary Moore. If you are looking for inexpensive jewelry, check out her Etsy page for details. Our top news story today: the United States Supreme Court is approaching the end of its current term, and it still has some major decisions yet to announce. One of the more significant cases involves religious liberty versus LGBTQ plus rights. The more conservative majority of the court is determined to protect the free exercise clause of the U.S. Constitution. In a case heard in early November, the city of Philadelphia suspended the contract with Catholic Social Services, a foster agency, because the agency refused to work with same-sex couples as potential foster parents. Catholic Social Services sued the city under the First Amendment. Supporters of expanding religious liberty hope the court's conservative majority will continue to hold the government to a higher standard when it comes to regulations that impact religious believers. For its part, the city of Philadelphia defended its action, saying the agency violated discrimination laws that are neutral and applicable to everyone. Supporters of LGBTQ rights are backing the city, arguing it was within its rights to suspend the contract with an organization receiving taxpayer funds and turning away same-sex couples. They fear that if the court rules in favor of CSS, religious organizations would get even more exemptions from non-discrimination laws in other contexts. My opinion is this: the Supreme Court would create a slippery slope if they allow one religious institution to argue that its religious rights override the rights of other classes of people. What if, for example, Catholic Social Services refused to allow Muslim people or Jewish people to become foster parents? What litmus test should be used to determine whether a criteria really fits within the teachings of a religious institution? If an agency with ties to the government can discriminate, can the subcontractors that work for the government? What if the social services agency wanted to discriminate based on race? Without a substantial reason to punish LGBTQ plus people who want to become foster or adoptive parents, the government should not discriminate. Plenty of studies have conducted that they've concluded that LGBTQ parents are just as good at parenting as their non-LGBTQ counterparts. What matters here most are whether the children in foster care are placed in good homes. The LGBTQ plus community has plenty of good homes awaiting them. In other news, Pride Month is a celebration of the LGBTQ community and the fight for rights, marking the anniversary of the Stonewall riots in New York City in June 1969. For Philadelphia residents, the month is full of events that honor the contributions that LGBTQ community members have made to the city and bring awareness to the issues that queer people still face. Unfortunately, just like in 2020, there won't be a parade this year. Despite that, there are lots of Pride events happening throughout the Philadelphia area all month long. We'll have more of those coming up shortly, but first, throughout June, PrideFlix, an annual LGBTQ film festival, will present an all-virtual film event in celebration of Pride Month. PrideFlix started on June 1st and continues for 5 weeks with LGBTQ feature films, documentaries, and shorts, in addition to weekly discussions about the selections and talks about the LGBTQ experience. For details, go to goelevent.com. And finally in the news, a federal lawsuit filed Wednesday challenges West Virginia's ban on transgender athletes from competing in female sports in middle and high schools and in colleges. The American Civil Liberties Union and its West Virginia chapter filed the lawsuit on behalf of an 11-year-old transgender girl who had hoped to compete in cross country in middle school in Harrison County. The lawsuit names the state and Harrison County boards of education and their respective superintendents as defendants. The student, Becky Pepper Jackson, said in a statement released by the ACLU, "I just want to run. I come from a family of runners. I know how hurtful a law like this is to all kids just like me who want to play sports with their classmates, and I'm doing this for them. Trans kids deserve better." Bills over school sports participation bans also have been enacted this year in Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Montana. South Dakota's governor implemented the move by executive order. Other states, including Kansas and North Dakota, passed bans only to have them vetoed by the governor. A similar bill is headed to the desk of Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards, who has already said he would veto the bill. And as for Governor Tom Wolf here in Pennsylvania, he too has already vowed that he would veto such a bill. Now it's time for the rundown. Doylestown welcomes the return of its Pride Festival on Sunday, June 13th through Saturday, June 19th. The event will feature a series of outdoor film screenings, Pride Music Day, and various pop-up events and celebrations throughout the community. Here are just a few. On Saturday, June 12th at 2 p.m., local author Philip William Stover will be available for a meet and greet at the Doylestown Historical Society. Books will be available for purchase, and tickets are available from their website. On Sunday, June 13th, Genevieve's Kitchen hosts a drag brunch with Ginger Alley and her girlfriends. There are 2 seatings available, the first at 11 a.m. and the second at 1 p.m. Reservations are strongly recommended. From 2 to 4 p.m., a children's pride concert will be held on the lawn of the Bucks County Administration Building at 55 East Court Street. Be sure to bring blankets and chairs. There will also be bubbles, crafts, and goodies. And at 7 p.m., Chapman Park hosts a film screening of Gay Chorus Deep South. Tickets are only available online through the County Theater's website. If you have news or events that you would like us to mention on our show, send story ideas to info@paequality.com. For events, please allow up to 1 week prior to the event for us to include it on the program. Thanks for watching today. If you like today's show, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Check in again tomorrow when we will have another edition of What's Gay in PA. What's Gay in PA is a production of the Pennsylvania Equality Project, all rights reserved.